Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today I am covering the news. We'll be talking about all things going on with the Bravo celebrities and all the Bravo news, including Erika Jayne and her divorce and what's going on with Kyle, what's happening over at Real Housewives of Potomac, Monique versus Candiace. We'll be talking about Wendy as well. Also, found out something interesting about Ramona we'll get into, as well as Shannon Bedor, and then we'll leave off on Hanna from Below Deck. Lots to talk about today, so let's get into it. So let's first start off with the news that has been taking over everything, and a lot of you guys DM me about, and here we go. So Erika Jayne and Tom Girardi have filed for divorce after 21 years of marriage. She put out a statement that said, "After much consideration, I've decided to end my marriage to Tom Girardi. This is not a step I've taken lightly or easily. I have great love and respect for Tom and for our years together and the lives we built. It's my absolute wish to proceed through this process with respect and with the privacy that both Tom and I deserved." Well, that's awful to hear. I'm not really a fan of hers, haven't been the last couple years anyway, and I just wouldn't wish that on anybody. That stinks. I'm sorry to hear that, and I hope that they can both get through it quickly and maturely and as best as one of these nasty situations can go. But on an interesting note, if you recall, the issue of a prenup was brought up. So People.com is reporting that they actually did not have a prenup. She's saying it would not stand in his way. So what she means is he's a powerful attorney. She doesn't think that it would have held up a prenup. I don't really follow that logic, but I guess she's saying no matter what she had written down, he could fight his way out of it. So good luck to them. I hope it's not messy. You never know. It might turn messy. We'll see. Very curious. So I'll keep you posted if we find out any more information about that. Moving on, let's talk about Kyle. And believe me, I'm not a Kyle fan, so we are going to make this quick. But in case you didn't know, Kyle Richards just reveals that she got a nose job. Apparently she broke it last year and she supposedly got it corrected. So the one on the left is the before, the one on the right is the after. It wouldn't be Kyle unless she was super annoying about it, so here are her super annoying posts on Instagram. Sorry if you're a Kyle fan, no offense. After last season, I just cannot with her. But here's her post showing it from all angles. So, yeah, there she is. She looks beautiful. I'm all for any procedure that makes you happy. All right, let's get into some good stuff. Let's go over to Potomac. You guys, if you are watching Potomac, drop what you're doing right now and go watch it. Because this season of Potomac is one of the best seasons of Housewives ever. It's so good. So much every episode happening. I'm loving it. Really enjoying it. So go watch it. I assume most of you are watching it, but if you're not, let me explain. So Monique on the left is fighting with Candiace on the right. Oh my gosh, you can go back and look at my other news videos, my history. I've posted videos about this exact fight and what all went down. But here's the interesting part. On the last episode, Candiace left the episode, or ended the episode, like crying, saying, like, why would Monique file against me? She doesn't have a case. She's just, I don't even know. I just can't with Candiace. But Monique has responded, like, I do have a case, and here's my message to prove it. So she just posted this on Twitter. It's apparently showing that the courts did look at both sides. They looked at the applications, the interviews. They talked to the staff where the altercation took place. They even supposedly looked at the footage. It says provided by Bravo, and they've determined they will not be moving forward with either complaint. So, yeah. So that's why she posted this in response, I believe, to the ending of the last episode where Candiace was saying, she doesn't even have a case. Why is she filing against me? So it sounds like, yeah, neither one have a case. So, bye. Let's go over to Dr. Wendy. I actually had a couple of you guys message me about this. I had not heard about this until some of you lovely people messaged me, and I so appreciate that. Thank you for the scoop. And I looked it up, and sure enough, they are talking about Dr. Wendy being in massive debt. Now, the reason this is interesting is because they're claiming that she owes about $1.5 million in student loan debts. And as you recall from this last episode and every episode, she talked at length about her 4 degrees and her husband's degrees and degrees. That's all she can talk about. So it's just interesting that they've now found this information out that she actually owes $1.5 million in student debt. Let's hop over to New York and talk about Ramona for a minute. So this article popped up and I was kind of surprised by it. All About the Tea is reporting that Ramona actually had a secret first marriage. And what's interesting about that is it's this doctor here, and they have actually shown him on the show before. His name is Dr. Howard Sobel, and he's a dermatologist in New York City. He gave Tinsley some Botox in one of the episodes, and I think he's been featured a couple times. They even pointed out that Bethany spoke about him one time in one of her episodes. So the reason this is interesting, I could never find... Okay, back up. This website, All About the Tea, is reporting that they actually did get married. They found all this information saying, yes, they did get married. I didn't find that. I just found the marriage license. So maybe they got married and called it off in a month. Maybe they never actually went through the wedding. It's hard to find details on it. But the reason this is interesting is that All About the Tea is claiming that Ramona is worried with all the firings that's happened lately on the, with the housewives and the demotions and stuff, that they believe she leaked it herself, this information, to stir up some controversy about herself. Because remember, her storyline has always been, she's only been married the once to Mario, she got married later in life, had Avery. And who knows, maybe that actually is the truth, but it's interesting that these documents are just now surfacing, and it's believed to be from Ramona herself. So let's move over to Real Housewives of Orange County. Shayna Bedor and Jim Bellino, they were in the news recently because he had filed a defamation suit against her as well as Tamara Judge. So if you don't know what happened, Tamara Judge and Shayna Bedor were guests on Juicy Scoop podcast. And the three of them were talking about the trampoline parks that he used to own. And they were saying things like, oh, I don't even know if he still owns them. I don't want to take my kid there. They might get paralyzed. Things like that. Well, he sued them and claimed that she cost him $1 million worth of business. So not only did they dismiss this charge, they ordered him to pay $137,000 of her legal fees for this. Woo! So, yeah, interesting. Jim's so creepy. And let's end things on a really happy note. Going over to Below Deck Med, we got Hanna Ferrier. Of course, we all know that Trainwreck season just ended. She left the show. She was fired from the show. But look, she just had her baby, a little girl named Ava Grace Roberts. Beautiful little baby. Look how sweet. So I just wanted to end with this beautiful little baby and on a positive note. That is it for the news this week. Lots going on. Very curious to hear more about the Erika and Tom divorce. Wonder how it'll play out with her on TV, and it'd be interesting to see Erika try to date, maybe? I don't know how that would go. But, yeah, so lots going on. And if you guys hear of anything, always message me. I love getting those. And you can just leave comments on any of my videos. I read them all. So I always see when you guys message me stories like this. So thank you guys so much for everything. I hope you've enjoyed this. Leave me comments. Follow me on Twitter at Real Recaps. And have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.